morning, friends. Welcome back to first grade. Today is Friday, and it's day 24 in your contingency packet. It is April 24th, 2020. This year is just flying by now. So let's get into our work for today so you can get to the weekend. We're going to start with social studies. Today you have one page, that's it, and it's page 9, and it's all about your state. We live in the state of New Jersey. So whatever state you live in, the weather is always different. So today for your Jumpstart activity, you're going to talk to someone about your favorite type of weather. What weather do you love? My favorite type of weather is sunny and hot, a day that I could go to the beach. But some people like different weather. Some people like when it's a little bit cooler outside. You might need a light sweater. Maybe you like when it rains. You're going to talk about what your favorite type of weather is and why you like that. Then you're going to read about the weather in our state, and you're going to write a sentence describing the weather in your state today. Okay, so it should be a full sentence. For your writing, don't forget, you should be writing every single day. You don't have to do one of these prompts every day, but you should be writing every day, adding to your writing. Rereading it, make sure it sounds good, adding capitals and periods, make sure you're checking your work. Tell your parents that Miss Hodges usually tries to help you look for your mistakes instead of your parents looking for your mistakes. That is all helpful. Great job to the people who are working at home. Today we're going to have a Zoom meeting at 10 a.m. and it's going to be focused on foundations. So please bring this paper to our meeting today. We're going to go over those 5 sound words that you have to tap 5 times for. I know some people have been struggling with that. Those 3-letter blends, they're tricky. So we're going to go over all of that in our meeting on Friday today. So make sure you bring your work with you and any questions that you have. For your math lesson today, it's a little bit different. This is one of the challenging ones that you have in your measurement lesson. So basically, what this lesson is about, it's about whether or not an object is straight that you can trace it, measure it with cubes. So if you look up here, you could see this snake. It says, how can you measure an object that is not straight? I don't think I would be able to use cubes to measure this because cubes are a straight object. They don't wiggle. They don't bend. So it would be difficult for me to get an accurate measurement using cubes. So instead, this guy says I can use paper clips, cubes, string, or more than one tool. So whatever of these you have at home, you might want to pull out and use. You definitely have those cutout cubes, but you might want to pull out paper clips or string if you have them. If you don't worry about it. You're just going to take your best guess. Okay, when you have an object like this, you can always measure it with cubes because it's nice and straight. But when you have an object like this, it's trickier. So that's basically what your questions are going to ask you today. Circle whether you need just cubes or string and cubes to measure each object. Then you're going to measure. So for this one here, they gave you the answer. You cannot use cubes for that. That is all bendy, and the cubes, it would not give you an accurate measurement. So you would need string and cubes for that one. If you have string, like I said, you can go ahead and try and measure that with the string, or you can just take your best guess of using cubes. Either is fine, okay? For number 2, if it's straight and you can measure it with just cubes, then you're good to go. Okay, same thing with these problems here. You're just going to decide whether you need string and cubes or just regular cubes to measure each one. And like I said, if you do not have string or the objects to measure these things, just go ahead and use the cubes and take your best guess, okay? So for number 7, 8, and 9, these questions all relate to these bracelets here, okay, these little squiggly bracelets. Kate needs to hang these bracelets in order from shortest to longest. You're going to circle the set of tools that Kate should use to measure. So could she just use regular cubes, or would she need string and cubes since they're wiggly? Explain why the tools you chose will give the most accurate measurement. So here's where you're going to explain, why did you choose, if you chose cubes and string, why do you need that? Why do you need cubes and string? Why can't you just use cubes? You're going to write it in a sentence here. And then finally, you're going to place the bracelets in order from shortest to longest. Now on this, there usually is color, and there's not here. So you can just go ahead and make a color for one of these. For example, this one could be white, this one could be black, and then you could color this one like a green, okay? And then do it that way. That's fine. For language arts today, you're going to read The Big Trip again, and then you're actually going to go ahead and answer some comprehension questions about the story. So you can have your parents read the questions to you, and then you're going to go ahead and answer them. This is actually what is on your test usually, okay? And like I told you, you are going to be answering some questions about how the characters are alike and how they're different, comparing and contrasting. What word does pig say at the start of the story? How are pig and goat the same? Read this sentence from the story. It's not a good idea, pig, said goat, who was speaking. Okay, and all of these questions here too. If you have any questions about that, please just let me know. I hope you guys have an excellent weekend. I'm here to answer any questions for you. I will talk to you on Monday and at our Zoom meeting. Have a great night.